I wanted to get started with your pro career, right? Because it's unique. Because when you went pro, it was in February of 2020, and that next month, the pandemic hit. So how was it for you, man? Turning pro, getting that victory, and then the next month, the world just flipped on its head.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, man. I think it was crazy for the whole world, though. I think the world was expecting something different, and then to think that it would, shut down for as long as it shut down, and that jobs would be shut down, and I don't think anybody expected it. But it was still grind. I still trained a lot. Um, Luckily, we were able to train, so that was the benefit there.
Yeah, after that first fight, you went without a fight for 14 months. You said you're still training, but outside of that, how was that period like for you? How did you stay busy outside of training?
So I work in the cannabis industry. So basically, like for me, it was go to work and then get to the gym because we were able to train in small groups. So I mean, I couldn't get a fight. Obviously, most organizations were down, but the other guys were fighting in the gym. So I was a body. I was just another body to help out, and put myself in there to help the guys out too. And that's how I stayed busy, just by being there for my teammates.
How much development can you make by just being there for your teammates, man? Being there for their training camps. I feel like that could be more beneficial than just like going to regular classes.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I get to see their ups and downs. I get to be around all these different great people. I get to see, them meet their accomplishments. So, I mean, I think it's a good experience for sure. And it just puts me in that environment more as well too. Just gets me more comfortable with being around that heightened moment because I mean, you can feel the energy and just being able to be calm in the midst of that energy and be tactical in the midst of that type of energy and see everyone says it, like when you see your teammates and your teammates go to battle, it's almost more um it's almost more like you feel it more for them, you're on edge, you're for them, and then when you're in your fight, you're kind of just relaxed and everything's you're in your zen moment, you feel confident, but it's just so funny when you see your teammates fighting, you get to feel that different type of feeling. So
That's also another aspect of fighting that's interesting is controlling your emotions, right? I think controlling your emotions and kind of keeping cool is something that is learned. Is it built in some people? What do you think?
I think it's both, I think that I think it's built in some people, and maybe it comes easy to some people, but I also think that it's something that has to be learned as well. And then it just has to be used regularly as well. The more that it comes around, you have to deal with it. So I think I think it's both.
Last year, 2021, man, it was a good year for you. You had two fights, two finishes, two second round finishes. Which fight did you learn the most from? Which fight had the most benefits for you?
I mean, they both have their different attributes. I think that fighting Hoffa was probably just a little bit more, just because he was more experienced. He had been there almost double digits, in comparative to how many times I've been in there. He was a tough guy. He came from a game gym too. Not saying that any of the other guys didn't, but I feel like he was just more on the other level. So to go in there and just find out who I am against a guy like that, um, that meant a lot.
And after that fight, how what was the reasoning behind you just kind of not getting back in there so quickly, man? Because I felt like you built some momentum with those two fights within like a 4 month span, and then you just kind of took a break.
Yeah, and that's basically how it ended up happening. I caught COVID
Oh,
2 days after the fight, and I mean, even though it was a good fight, I was pretty beat up from the fight still. Like I ended up basically breaking my hand on his elbow, just throwing those flurry shots. So I mean, it was fine. It's not like it was very serious damage, but it was beat up for about 2 months where I couldn't like really hit like I wanted to. So I was working on the things that I could work on, but I just wasn't in fight shape. And then we started trying to look for some fights, and nothing really lined up. Um, and yeah, so it was just a layoff. Really unfortunate because I really wanted to at least get two more. That was the plan. The plan was to go in October and try to go in December. But this is a rugged game we play, and
Yeah.
when bones are crashing against bones,
Yeah.
we're all human, and it's just like it's tough to stay healthy. And so that was the biggest thing with there. I just ended up running into things that kept on keeping me out.
For sure. But you're returning March 26th. Seems like this is the promotion that you've been sticking with, man. All your pro fights have been with them. What is it about them, man? They just love you. They just want you to bring you back.
Maybe it's that, and then the other part of that too is like, I haven't really gotten good offers from a lot of organizations. It's like I haven't really. They always hit me with like a 2 week notice. They always hit me with like a 3 week notice, and don't get me wrong, I would love to be able to take those things. But I'm a working man. I work hard, and I want to be ready to fight people. So I need some time to get ready. At least 4 weeks. I want to know. I want to be in the loop on like what's going on. So I'm always getting hit with those type of fights. So that's the issue with that. And then fighting local too. I mean, I do feel like I do want to be fighting in Arizona, fighting local, bringing up the local scene, because I don't feel like there's that many people that are doing that are like, who's flying out to Arizona to fight people in Arizona? I feel like, we have different fights in different states that are going on. Like a lot of people are going to California, a lot of people are going to Texas to fight. But what about Arizona? We have a deep pool of savages and fighters and killers down here. We just need the organizations to be able to get with these fighters and promote them as well, and maybe get on UFC Fight Pass ourselves and start pushing some stuff locally. So part of it is that, and then part of it is I just haven't found the opportunity with these other organizations. I would have loved to fight for LFA. I would have loved to fight for any of these other organizations, but every time I do end up getting a fight from them, it's always like a 2 week notice in the midst of me going through life's trials.
Yeah, I feel you. And well, you got this fight, man. Nayez Ahmed, he's 1-2 as a professional. Overall breakdown of him and his style.
To be honest with you, man, I'm not fighting him. I got another
Oh,
name. So they got
okay.
me fighting somebody else now. But I just heard that I might have another name. So for me, the plan is just to show up to the fight. Like I've been working, I've been training, it just ends up that 26 was when it ended up going because I was with Kyler for his camp too. But I just want to be there for the fight, and then I want to get another one in after that. So hopefully everything goes good, and whoever I step in front of, I get to, portray my skills and show the skill set that I've been really working on. And then, God willing, I come out of there unscathed and healthy, and then I can go back again. And honestly, I'd love to go down to Fury. I mean, I know my manager's been talking about Fury fighting, a Fury cage fighting down in Texas. Texas is cool. I was down there for the UFC fight, so that was cool. But again, if I can, I wouldn't mind fighting a couple more times here and raising up the Phoenix stock.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's always good to keep it local, especially if you're a local boy. Yeah, you just mentioned that you had the guy pull out, then they gave you a name, but you might have another name, so you're kind of juggling two names right now ahead of the fight.
That's the fight game too. Like, I people get hurt, things happen. I understand these camps go through their things, but yeah, I'm juggling two names right now. And I guess the main thing is for me to go out and showcase, because honestly, to be 100% honest, I didn't think Ahmed was going to be fighting me anyways.
Mm.
When I saw that he was the guy I was fighting, I was like, I don't know how this is working out. To come from fighting who I was fighting to go to fighting him was like, okay, I guess I'm fighting this guy. But I take everybody serious. That's not even to sleep on him. I take every single person serious. If you're going to step in that cage and you're going to sign the contract, like, this is not a game. No one's coming to play. Someone's going to get hurt, you know? So I
Yeah.
take him serious, but I didn't think he was going to show up. And I got a different name. And then I heard that I have a different name too, which was a game opponent too. He was 6-4. Um, but so I will be getting somebody else, and we're all humans. We're all bodies. I just need a silhouette of a person to step in on the other side. And then I need to go in there and showcase what I have.
When you've been out for a extended period of time like you have been, is there something bottled up inside of you that you need to release inside that cage? Do you have that feeling, right now?
Yeah, partly. And then I guess the other part is like, it's just like, it's more of like a calm, like it's hard to explain, but it's like I guess it's a calm release too. Like, you know, it's like I just all these skill sets, all the things I've been working on, I want to be able to put them into play and real speed, real power, real life, you know, against another person and kind of see where my skill set really lays and how deep it is, you know. That's how I kind of take because I mean I've gone into a lot of these fights more like that, like yeah, I want to go out there and I just want to release this, but honestly, it's like that's that ends up taking me off of who I actually am, you know, and sometimes my technical side doesn't really get to show because I'm so excited to fight guys, you know. So it's like, you know, we understand it's a fight, but at the same time, I enjoy what I do, and I'm gonna make it my own art, my own picture, you know.
For sure. And one last thing, man. When are we gonna get you and Kyler in like some kind of like buddy cop? Like I seen some of the videos you guys put out. You guys are pretty funny together, man. You guys crack me up.
Yeah, yeah, we're always messing around, you know, and we're always goofing around, man. Honestly, he's just so random, and I'm down with the randomness too. So like, we kind of just play off each other, you know. But yeah, I know he's doing his own thing right now. He's got his own vlog out. We were doing uh the local spot, but I think he's got like Enter the Matrix. It's gonna be a vlog that he's dropping. I'll make some guest appearances down in that too, you know. Um, but yeah, I think that's what he's doing. But I would love to do something with that, like that with him too. You know, we always mess around and
Yeah.
get pretty deep sometimes, and then just make good jokes too. So hopefully soon we'll get something like that going.
Yeah, man. I hope so, man. A podcast or something, you know, like a 30-minute podcast of you guys just like random thoughts, you know, me just going off the flow. I would love to see it. But anyways, man, March 26th, you're back in action. Marcus, appreciate the time, man, and good luck on the rest of the camp. All the best in the fight.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, and thanks for having me on the pod, man.